Hi, guys.
Fire day.
Good luck.
Good luck, gentlemen.
All I got is a couple things to say.
Check us out, bro. We're actually live and the mics are actually on.
Mics turned on?
Yeah, imagine that.
This is
Unlike
too good
last
to be
night.
true.
And the audio's not boosted.
Hey, that's all right.
Yeah. Alternation TV Turbo. So this is the not the family-friendly version. We might swear some
This is
little
not
bits.
the caca-poo-poo version. This is the shit's about to get real version. So
Yeah.
with that shot across the nose,
And this
put
is
the kids to bed and crank it up.
exactly. And this is this could be a good one. This is what is this? Lowe's Motor Speedway at night, as you can see from the lights.
Mm-hmm. Dusk.
No, I'm in fourth place. That must be Outlaw.
Aero88 series.
Yeah, buddy.
As it is. Recognize the shape of those cars anywhere.
Yep. They are old.
Yeah, Outlaw's in the STP car.
And as old people ourselves, we can recognize old things.
Yeah. This should be a pretty good run. This is one of those races, though, where, like, it's really weird pit road getting on here. I was trying to practice that in happy hour, and it's a little bit fuck around. I'm just going to end up taking it easy.
The super wide.
No, that's Pocono.
Oh, that's not that one.
No,
Okay.
that's next week or the week after is Pocono. It's flat. You can come in there. Oh, maybe I'm starting in second gear. Let's go 3 wide into turn 1. Why not, eh? Just going to let Ulysses go. Let's get these things warmed up before we start racing them.
Mm-hmm. How many people got in there tonight?
Looks like about 23 or so.
Not a bad turnout for a Monday night.
No. Oh.
Oh.
That's no good.
Did I touch you?
Yep, all good. No. I'm all good. That was me all by myself.
Alright, if everybody's crossed, we're official.
Yeah, let her rip.
We're official.
That was me. That was totally my fault. I lost it on the apron there. But as I'm checking my relative, there's nobody behind me.
Right? Not a bad little course correction there.
Yeah, right when I hit that yellow line, the car was not warm enough. You got to get about... This is a 3 times multiplier on the fuel.
Okay.
So you can get some heat in the car within 5 laps. Maybe even 3 laps, but that was lap 1. So a little bit icy. But I saw that going around. I just got on the brakes and just drove into the grass, because if I try to correct that thing, you go right back up through the middle of the pack like that.
Yeah, sometimes that's the best way to go. Just for the greater good and for the group.
Yeah. And, they do 2 lucky dogs here, too. So if I do get lapped, you can see on the relative, Greg Lovell is behind me in first place, about 11 seconds out. If he does get around me, they do 2 lucky dogs, so...
Yeah, you're kind of halfway in the middle between the front and back right now, then it's 13 seconds ahead.
And I got no damage, and the tires are fine, so...
So how does it work out, the distribution of the lucky dog? Is it just a random? Like say 4 people were down with a lap down. So there's only 2 lucky dogs, right?
Right, yeah, the first 2 people that are minus 1, then it's those guys are up first.
Oh, okay, so in order, who's closer to the pack?
Yeah, the top of the lap down guys.
It was like a lottery thing where you would just
no, that's the
put
top.
a name in a hat and see.
Yeah, start drawing straws.
I didn't care. Oh, man.
Well, fuck around. I guess we're just going to go for a drive now. I'm keeping it right in the middle here, though, so I'm keeping pace in front and behind.
You're not losing anything, that's for sure.
No. Yeah, I'm iffy about that pit entrance, just because you've got to get down off the transition there, right? There is a run-in, though. The line isn't right at the start. The line for, like, the speed line is actually...
You show me this time around, because I was...
Yeah. You'll see the color of the pavement changes, I think, where the line is.
In the lower
Yeah, on the left there, you'll see it's like the yellow stripe. And when you go down into that pit chute there, it's not the black part, but where the pit stalls start. So you get on the black for a couple pit stalls, and then the line shows up. So you can get it flattened out and get on the brakes.
That's a pretty daunting angle, though.
And hopefully have your
Looking at
wheels
it.
pointed straight. You want the wheels
Yeah,
pointed
right.
straight if you're going to be hammering the brakes on. So it does
And
give you a
then
little bit
hopefully
of
you don't
time.
have the first pit stall either.
No, it won't be because there's only 25 guys. So yeah, you'll see the pits against the wall there where they turn different color. It goes kind of like light gray, black, light gray again.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's where it would start. So
So you got a bit of a run off there. That's not
yeah.
bad.
It'll lift a little bit going into that turn. I'm scared of this wall.
But right, it comes at you pretty quick when you're coming out of that corner, and you end up right beside it.
Well, 1 and 2. Yeah, it's a little bit easier here because this is like the tri-over piece, right? So it kind of comes out, does a little kink right here. So it seems like there's more space over here. You really got to be on it coming out of this corner. And that's what I did. Like, if you touch that white line, around you go.
Gets away from you.
It should be all
Running
right.
some pretty clean lines there.
Yeah. Some guys actually run with the racing line on, but that just distracts me.
Is it? I would probably have it on for the first. I'd have it on forever. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I do if I haven't been to the track in a while. Like, you know.
I guess as a refresher, right?
Yeah,
I
like
like it on in some of the Forza games just because the sense of momentum, inertia that you can't replicate with a game, until you've been playing it for a while, and then you get a handle on how the car will hold the track, right? But
well, and even with like Forza, it's a dynamic line. So as you slow down, the line will turn green, right? But in this one, if you're on a road course, it's just red in the corners. The line doesn't change color because it's an older game, right?
Yeah,
But the Forza, as long as you can keep the line green under your car, you're never going to overshoot the turn, which is kind of cool, especially with a lot of road courses. So, like, if we were going to Sears Point, like, I'm not really, I love Sears Point, but I don't race it a lot. And it's like, I'll put the line on for the first 5 laps in, practice or something. I'll have it on. I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Yep.
Now I know where my braking points are and all that kind of stuff, and I can shut it off.
And to give you an idea of what the best line is too, because I would figure just try to hug the bottom near the line would have been distance-wise the shortest around the track.
It always is, but not necessarily the fastest either, right?
But that's the thing. So not necessarily the fastest, but that's I don't know. Just figure it out with a little bit of trial and error. Is
Sometimes.
there any rules about racing with it on, or is that frowned upon?
Oh no,
doesn't
that's a completely client-side option.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if with an open setup too, if you were allowed to change your setup, maybe you want to set it up to run around this track high. You know, you could tweak the car to run the high line, or if you like running the low line, you can. You know, so there is no really. Like I could run up here all day. This is a pretty.
Well, you're gaining on the next guy. On Jay Peacher, you got him down to 10 seconds. So I mean,
he looks like he's dropping fast.
Is that Preacher? Is it R there, or is that Peacher?
That's Peacher. I thought it was Preacher actually, because we were talking to him on the race on Saturday.
Well, yeah, right. I couldn't remember if I was.
Maybe
My
I
ears
said
aren't
it
so
wrong.
good. They ring like crazy. Tinnitus or tinnitus, how you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always something going on there.
Eh?
What?
Say what? Yeah, he's going
2
in
different pitches, 1 in each ear.
He's headed into the pits there.
Race started yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have the team speak on there too, because we're probably getting close to
Get a chance to get in here in time.
within 6 laps.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, cuz.
Thanks, Daddy. I just moved the brake.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You can see the mark on the wall. that clearly has happened. It's funny how that's actually part of the track graphics. Like,
Oh, it's built in. Like, that's
it's
just
the
stuff
artist,
people-
yeah. Whoever. I mean, this is a stock game track, so they probably took pictures of the track. I'm like, oh, a couple of guys have smoked as well. We'll put that in there, and then you're like, yeah, that's an accurate one. I can confirm that fucking graphic, that motherfucking piece of shit graphic is actually right there.
They are right on it. Oh,
That-
there, yeah, exactly.
The only scrapes we leave are actually on the track surface. Like, you'll see the tire marks on the track, but not on the walls. From the walls on your car.
Right. So it looks like the next guy's ahead of you a pit there.
And I'm trying to keep these
Sure,
guys
hopefully.
behind me here. Yeah, so now that your kid's a
Yeah.
millionaire, are you going to, like, raise the rent?
And now he's gonna just start taking over the bills, and I'll just ease my way into retirement.
Who knew you could become
Yeah.
rich off of, like, video game weaponry? Like Counter-Strike guns.
Yeah, my adult son,
Right.
spent his hard-earned allowance on a Counter-Strike battle pass or a bunch of boxes to open some crates or whatever. I
Loot
don't know.
crates or whatever they are, yeah.
And wins himself so it was like, say, $3,000 Canadian. So that's like, it's like $40 US for the skin, right? But it's like a Canadian millionaire. So
That's still
yeah.
crazy, though, man.
it is, right? I'm like, I was reading online. I'm like, so what do you do? Like, what's the best way to do it? He's like, well, first of all, the first thing to do is set your Steam account to private. Don't, allow trades from anybody or making any new friends.
No.
And then thirdly, find a proper, like, DM, like some people who ever want to be interested in buying it, whether they're streamers or, you can list it for sale. And then delete Counter-Strike because you hit the jackpot and you're never going to get that lucky again. You're only going to be chasing that dragon. So,
That's funny,
so it's
too.
not going to
Like,
be a...
I thought you were talking about, like, an in-game marketplace. I didn't know you meant, like, real money.
No, yeah, cash, cold hard cash, like
96 going this time.
3,000 and up. Like some of the skins that I was looking at just to see like comparable stuff, CS:GO expensive skins. There was one skin that was over like 100K.
That's crazy. $100,000 real life money.
I
See,
mean,
who
that's
would
what it
pay
was
that?
listed. I don't know if someone bought that. I'm just like, expensive skin ever sold. I'm gonna add ever sold to that query and see what the high one is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Highest bid on a Counter-Strike. I want to call it Counter-Strike Go, Global Offensive.
Global offensive, yeah. CS:GO.
yeah,
You can say CS:GO.
CS:GO, I guess, is it acceptable? All right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll allow it. Quebec. He checked with the judges, and we're good. Jeopardy here. Case hardened Karambit, Blue Gem Factory New. The current owner of the skin, so it was a gun skin, purchased it for over $100,000 US in 2016.
Holy shit, dude. Actually paid for
Yeah.
that.
Then in 2021,
Why?
a potential buyer made an offer of 1.5 million for the skin.
Oh my goodness. I don't even get it. It's like NTFs. Like, it's not even a real thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's just for. Oh, yeah, no, I think it's just like you got a receipt saying you own a copy of a website. So what's the difference between yours and mine? Like, if it's all the same and it's copyable, I can literally just take a screenshot of it. Now I own your JPEG, your NFT too, right? I don't know.
Right.
I looked into it for a little bit until I realized it was just like a fucking Ponzi schemes for knuckleheads, and I'm like, there's nothing to it. This is just like more fake money. Like somebody was pissed off that they missed out on Bitcoin and getting in on the bottom floor, and so they just made up some other bullshit. I'm like, here, we'll send you a digital picture.
Right.
But you don't own the picture. You don't own the rights to it. You just own a link to it.
I don't even
know,
get
man. It's
it.
fucking dumb.
Like, who would buy a gun in a video game for 15 grand? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the streamer guys can afford it, but what's the draw?
The draw, I guess, is because like
People tune into the stream and be like, look at my diamond plated AK-47. Like,
I think so. I think it's like a E-Flex. I think it's gotta be like, I'm fucking. This is how awesome I am, and I buy these crazy skins. And,
I guess.
just living the influencer lifestyle, being like, what it is, little homies, send me some fucking dollars so I can buy this $100,000, you know, or spending your sponsorship money. You don't even know how to spend your money. You just get Doritos and fucking Monster, and they just buy you. Here's you want 100K for a skin? Fuck whatever. That's a tax write-off. Oh, yellow is out.
Yes, sir, I am. I'll be. Okay, roger that. Thank you, sir. Thanks, bud.
Now we'll put Outlaw and Feature as lucky dogs. It's just a respect thing, you know. Why not let somebody buy
I noticed while we were bullshitting, you gave
That's
me a few
awesome,
spots
dude.
there.
Thanks. Sorry, I'm just talking to Greg. He just gave me my lap back.
I was gonna say, I noticed before that though, yeah, you gained a few spots. You from like where you were to 13th.
Okay, it's
Now.
you, Eli. Sorry, Feature.
Was that because of that lap back? Was that it?
Apologize.
Drive all the way around, Blaine, to the back of the field.
Yep, rock and roll, buddy. Thanks again. No, what he did is I was so close behind him, because you're going to give 2 lucky dogs, right?
Yep.
As you can see there, Outlaw Eli will get the lucky dog, where it would have been me and Outlaw. But
Oh, okay.
Greg was hollering to me on the radio. He goes, "You lap down, Blaine?" I said, "Yes, I am." So then he lifted and pulled over before we got to the start-finish line to give me my lap back.
Oh,
So
cool.
now I get to drive all the way around because he must be in the lead. Yeah, so he's the leader. So he lifted, let me go, and then 2 other guys will get the lap back also. So it's like
Smart.
almost like there was 3 lucky dogs there because he decided to yield for me. So that's
So you,
pretty
yeah,
awesome.
you get to start at the back of the pack, and then the other 2 get a fresh start. So
Yeah, he gave me my
Or
lap
third
back,
from
and
the
then
back. Yeah,
yeah, so it's kind of like three lucky dogs.
nice.
Yeah, but I'm gonna end up with a black flag here.
We're gonna have we're gonna have 1 extra yellow here, so I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go like an extra lap.
Yeah.
Okay, 55 East Tech.
But yeah, so the whole thing with that gun skin there too, and he's like, well, because the new Counter Strike is gonna be coming out this summer sometime.
Yeah, they got the big update coming.
Yeah, so when
Crazy
that one comes
update
out, he
coming.
figures
It's like they're doing some
he figures
ridiculous
that-
shit.
it'll be worth a bunch more from then too. Like one would probably no longer be available. Like
I wonder,
you won't be able to unlock it, or it'll be rare too. So I don't know. I mean, right now he hasn't lost anything other than his $10 that he's put into it. I mean, the money that he has there is all 100% theoretical at this point. So I'm like, you know what? Just if you want to hang on to it, I don't imagine that, it would go down unless all of a sudden like 100 more people win some today or whenever the last day of this contest was. Or I don't even know how the hell it works. I should probably play it and find out. I'm gonna quit my
It's
job
a cool
to sell
game.
Counter-Strike items. Just be like, what are you doing? Oh, I just sell skins.
It's a cool game. Like, I mean, I remember playing Counter-Strike when it was the original Half-Life mod. And to see how far it came. One dude made that game. One guy made a mod for Half-Life, and it was Counter-Strike. And Valve bought him up. They hired him. And they put the game into like an official rotation. And same with Day of Defeat was another one. World War II simulator, or not simulator, but yeah, it was more realistic World War II game. Same thing, the team that made that, Valve picked up the property. So it's hired some of the dudes, and it's crazy to think like modders were getting jobs. And look at Counter-Strike now, like that original guy who made that game, 30 years ago made a mod for an existing game to see how far his game has come.
And they're still playing it, and not only playing it just like for retro sake or for nostalgia, but improving on it, yet still making, that's a pretty long running franchise off of a single game.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously CS:GO is a newer iteration of it, right? But
yes, it's gone through Counter-Strike was the mod, and then there was expansions, and they made it official, and Counter-Strike Source when they launched the new the new like Source Half-Life 2. Of course, they made Counter-Strike Source, and then Global Offensive came out, and that's been the thing for a long time. That franchise has been out like 30-something. It's probably almost 30 years.
No kidding. But yeah, no, it's crazy what people have money to spend for on this stuff.
Yeah, that blew my mind when you said
Yeah,
that.
no,
That
me too.
was,
Like I was surprised to hear that the one that he unlocked it, because like I say, like I think it's like a less than point whatever is how many zeros to the right of the 0 decimal point, how many percentages, like next to none. Like, so incredibly lucky
I was wondering what
on that poll.
Yeah. It's telling me to pass the 114, but telling me to stay behind the 55. So I guess I'm staying behind the 55. I don't know what's going on here. So
You're on the low side, Sean.
I think it's evens on the outside, odds on the inside, right?
Yeah, evens on the outside. Odds
that's strange. I don't know why.
Police car fitted your knife, man.
Who's the 114?
and if there's somebody
114
Eli.
is the PSR Eli.
one after that. Good
Yeah.
luck, everybody.
It's telling me to pass him, so he's.
Yeah. And
I don't know where he is. I
He
can't
says
see him.
He's 14th and you're 12th, so it says that he's 2 spots behind you.
Yeah, he's up there in the yellow car, I think, on the right.
He needs to come back then.
Yeah, I won't be able to. It's telling me to be in 114, but I don't know.
55 black flag, 55 black.
Yeah, I'm going to get a black too. I don't know why.
9 black. Thank you.
The 114's behind me, so I don't know what it was telling me that for. Oh, guys
Yeah,
are getting
it's two-
squirrely.
2 spots behind. Oh no.
I had to check up Jeffrey and he got me loose. Nothing I could do.
Sorry, that was a 9.
I don't know what was going on with my spotter. He was telling me to stay. He was telling me to pass the 114. He was behind me.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else have a black?
And then when I passed the 55, I'm like, stay behind the 55 and pass. But I'm like, that's where I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I am in front of the 114. I passed the
Exactly.
55 to check, and it's like, stay behind the 55. I'm like, and then the 55 was
well,
telling me to
pass.
pass him. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't pass you, bro.
But you passed me the potatoes and then the gravy.
Right. I'm
That's
like,
about
I
the only can
think
pass right now.
my spotter is how you say hi
Exactly.
on
He's
drugs.
been partaking in the reefer.
Really good drugs. Yeah,
Like,
the reefer.
Man,
Those
how
marijuana
could
cigarettes.
he be behind you and in front of you at the same time?
Bro,
It's far out, man.
man.
Like-
Homeboy fucked a Martian once. I can't remember anything about like Jay and Silent Bob's Strike Back except for that one like sequence of like, I want to be like the dude who, you know, goes to explore an alien planet, find life, and fuck it. And everybody sees me walk down the street and go, yo, there goes, hey, look, check out homeboy over there. Fucked a Martian once. I think it's the word Martian that makes me laugh.
Right?
Because it's such a weird, I think that's what it is. A homeboy fucked a Martian once. Because it was like,
Like, it's not like your average wordplay. Like,
No.
you say something like, oh, he fucked an alien.
that's what it would be. Yeah, it's like, I want to find, yeah, what was it? I want to go to I want to go to space and find alien life and fuck it. And then people will be like, yo, there goes,
Fuck the
there
shit
goes
out of it or
buddy.
something like that.
Yeah, homeboy fucked a Martian once. And like, so it's the word Martian and the word once. It's just like, just once?
His delivery and his cadence when he's
Oh.
playing Jay
So
in
chill.
that is fantastic. It's just, it's almost, I'd almost liken it to like Christopher Walken in
Mm-hmm.
the sense that the dialect is so very much his that if no matter, like
It's a
even-
swagger. He just has a
is.
swagger in
It's
that
a-
character. It's crazy.
It comes out, and it's just it's definitely got a rhythm to it, and just
It's-
the words too. And I'm not sure how much of that's Kevin Smith's writing the word and punching it up with like some funny stuff, because even in Clerks 2 there's some really good dialogue, and I think it's funny just because like some of the words and phrases that are being used in it, and it's not so much that they're inherently funny or like swearing is, but when it's like this, you know, fuck is punched up by like Jesus jumped up Christ or something like fucking, like that's not even a good example.
Or really like a really kind word, you know, like
yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious fuck, like, you know, if you said something like that, like you're so
like,
polite and then it's so vulgar in the same sentence, like why does that, you know?
Well, that was it. Yeah, okay, that was it. So when Jay and Bob were on the road trip and they meet the gang of hot chicks, who are the international jewel thieves that they don't know at the time, and then so Jay falls for this one of the smart chicks in there, who's the from the American Pie movie, the first brunette that got naked there. But anyways, so she was. Yeah. Her name escapes me. Anyways, but he's like. I can't remember. He's like, Jay's like, I don't know, you know, like, the girls don't, you know, all you bitches are getting upset about this. And then she's like, well, maybe try not calling girls bitches all the time and hoes or sluts or whatever. Like, you know, they try to say something nice. And he's like what? She's like, I don't know, just, you know, be sweet, you big dummy. And he's like boo boo kitty fuck. Like,
yeah, that one, yeah. No sense.
Fantastic. Like, yeah, no, it's nothing at all. Like, oh,
I wonder,
he's gonna try.
Is it scripted? Like, is Kevin Smith like Tarantino, where everything has to be read like off the script?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like, I don't know how much of that is improvised a little bit by Jay, or because like obviously they're buddies from way back. So is it just kind of riff on it and see what goes, or if it's? I have to look that up. Maybe I'll look it up right now while we're not racing too far here. Let's see.
Those are the lucky dogs going, if you're wondering why those guys are passing the pace car.
Oh, okay.
Should probably turn TeamSpeak back on so I can hear what's going on here. Got Jeffrey Elliott in front of me.
Yeah, that's.
On the 114, I got no gear.
Go ahead, Javier. You're outside of the 9.
It's just one that was in the lineup, bro. It's just the 09 car that was in the. Wow.
Was it in the game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good luck, everybody. Get a black flag. It might be the back stretch or so before I clear it, but we will.
I did not. Here's something I didn't know about that. I'm just looking up some facts on Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. The voice of Scooby Doo was provided by Mark Hamill. I knew. He was in the movie. Yeah.
In the cartoon or in the movie?
No. In the Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. At one point they're hitchhiking and they come across like the mystery wagon and like a real life version of like the Scooby Doo crew.
Yeah.
And then they had a dog, and then anyways, I think they just smoke a whole bunch of weed to the point where the dog's like says something in the Scooby Doo voice. And then it was Mark Hamill did the voice of Scooby Doo in his fucking stoner nightmare fuel dream or whatever it was. There.
That's funny.
I'm showing Sean and Outlaw as lucky dogs if they did not cause the caution.
No, they didn't.
7-2 black passing under yellow.
Man, that blinking car.
Javier, yeah, you just blinked out. I ran in the back of it, reappeared.
Say that again?
Thanks, Jeff.
It was also the first film since Star Wars Episode 6 in '83 that was featuring both Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill.
Cool.
But they didn't know about it until it was after done shooting.
Oh, wow.
Because there were like obviously two unrelated cameos. Carrie Fisher played the nun. Remember that when they were like, "Do you follow the rule of the road?"
Where's this?
And like George Carlin. And Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia was.
Yeah.
She played a nun that Jay and Silent Bob were hitchhiking with.
Oh shit! See, I think I've only seen the movie once.
Oh, okay, I've watched it a few times there.
Yeah.
But
once or twice I've seen it, and it's been a really long time. I'm just going for track position here. I'm staying out. I got fresh.
9 to the Indy, bud. 9 to the Indy. Line up behind the 09 car.
Sometimes I roll forward just because I'm afraid of getting rear-ended.
Yeah, right.
Line up behind the 09 car.
Line up behind the 09 car on the outside line.
68 blinking, Chris, I believe.
But if
Yeah,
it
I
was,
was-
he's
I
the
was
cause
sure
of the
about that.
caution. He won't be.
So
left.
made a mistake on lap 1, and then now I'm back in 3rd. The reason you're seeing, like, at the bottom, like, no, I just have my keys bind to mute my mic and mute my TeamSpeak to the yes and no buttons for the in-game poll system that used to work back when Sierra existed and ran the online servers.
Oh, okay.
The host could be like, hey, do you guys want to go to Michigan? And everybody would say no. And then they were, hey guys, you want to go to Talladega? And everybody would vote no. Like you had a yes and no button. I think
Yep.
it was F11 and F12. So you could have a poll online of like what the next track would be and you could vote. But because we don't use those buttons anymore, because Sierra doesn't exist.
Yeah, right.
Well,
No
you know
problem
what?
with it not being a thing.
Right. I don't know because the poll might still be a thing. I'm not sure. I have to remember to yield that outside line. That's where the lucky dogs will stack. 2 lucky dogs will stack on the wall there. So it looks like it's going to be Peacher and probably Sean Dotson in the 17 should be rolling up here as well. Dotson. We got Dotson here. I'm sure he's never heard that one.
See? Nobody cares.
Technically, in Jurassic Park, it's Dodson, not Dotson. But you know what? Close enough.
Right? The way they're hollering it, I wouldn't have known. I mean, short of looking at the spelling of it.
Sometimes, like, you know, in Jurassic Park, when he's driving the Jeep and the Tyrannosaurus Rex is chasing him, and like Ian Malcolm's injured in the back and he's leaning on the stick shift.
Yep.
What do you think that Muldoon yells out? I always thought he said, "Get off the stick, let me move." Right?
Okay.
That's what I thought he said. Let me move. But he doesn't say that. I had the subtitles on. Corey told me this because Corey is a huge Jurassic Park fan. He's like, no, he says bloody move. You know,
okay.
Get off the stick, bloody move. And I always thought he said, get off the stick, let me move, you know. But when you have the subtitles on, they put the line in
You got
there.
corrected.
I'm like, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I thought he said, let me move, which still makes sense. But the same thing in Pulp Fiction. Look at the big brain on Brett. I always thought it was
Right.
Brad.
I thought so too.
It's Brett, B-R-E-T-T.
Right?
I always thought it was look at
And
the big
then-
brain on Brad.
The other one that got me, with my name, was in The Big Lebowski, when the dude first meets Bunny Lebowski and she's sitting by the poolside and painting her toes, and then she's like, she says to the Big Lebowski, she's like, I'll suck your cock for $1,000.
Yeah, and then
she
where's the
says,
ATM or whatever?
Yeah, right. Hold on, let me go find a bank machine.
Yeah.
And then she says, but Brad can't watch, otherwise he has to pay $200 or something like that. And she's like, oh, she's quite spirited. We really like her, or whatever it was. I can't think of Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was so good in that role. I mean,
He
good in
was so
many roles,
funny. Yeah.
but I think his name in that movie was Brandt, which is weird. I thought that was
B-R-A-N-D?
like a T, I think.
Or was it Brant?
Brandt,
Yeah.
B-R-A-N-T.
Brand? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is funny the names sometimes when you see them later on. I'm like, Brett. I always thought it was Brad, you know, like,
Second car, guys.
you know, like bloody move, let me move.
Oh no, here it is. B-R-A-N-D-T. Brandt.
Oh, it is Brant.
Yeah, just be
Like, yeah,
careful.
NDT. That's a.
Clearing it.
So, but that's another one I thought was the same thing. I'm like, oh, Brad can't watch, otherwise he has to pay $200, $500, whatever it was.
So we're doing single fire restarts. That's a good call.
Anybody got a black flag?
Yeah, let me go find the ATM.
Ooh, I actually bumped Larry.
Yeah, no, I saw you bumped him before the corner there, and I wasn't sure.
I
if
did
he was
not
going
want that to
wiggle.
happen, but I touched him just a little bit. I was worried too if he was going to go around, because that's a bad spot to bump a guy. Holy moly. Sorry about that, Larry, if I got into you. That I was holding my breath. Gotta go get Jeff.
How many laps are we at now?
Excellent call. 40 to go.
40 to go, halfway through.
Yeah.
The 80 lap?
They usually run a 30, yeah, they usually run a 30 lap race, or a 30% races here, I think. But tonight they're only running 20 because this is actually a 600-mile race.
Oh, damn.
Spin on the front stretch.
Oh.
Green's still up.
You seem to be handily catching them today. Ooh-wee, little slingshot.
Thanks, Jeff. He told me to pass him. I'm gonna lead a lap here. Maybe that's why he did it. That's what happened when you bribe these guys. I slipped him
well, you know what?
about $1,000 yesterday and said, "You gotta let me lead a lap, bro."
That's fantastic. The thing is, right? Everyone's for sale. You just got to figure out the price. Oh, I see him in the mirror trying to sneak up on you.
That's fine.
Block.
Yeah, this is the Coca-Cola 600. That's where they race that. Man, he's getting into the middle of that corner way better than me. Just a little bit.
Not coming out as high, you mean? Is that what you're talking?
He's just driving it in deeper than I am. Or I'm afraid I'm going to slide out, so I lift just a little bit earlier. I do have to get off the gas a little bit. If you are watching the live stream, you can see my pedal information, steering wheel information, so you do have to lift a little bit. Just try to stick it on the bottom and then mat it coming out once you load the suspension.
Yep. Did you have a successful Mother's Day?
Yes, took Mama for fish and chips.
Nice.
At the local pub.
No chaos?
No, it was easy. We went right in there like 1:30.
Was that that same joint where we went to?
Where did we go? I can't remember. We went to the Loyal Oarsman. I can't remember.
There was one night where we all went out for dinner with your brother and your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a couple times where we went to a couple different pubs.
Yeah. Huh. It might have been. The Oarsman's a good one. Old school English pub, get some bangers and mash. I got the
I think so. It seemed like it had like a really kind of old woodeny decor in there.
That might have been the place then, yeah.
Pub.
Yeah, the Oarsman's been around a while.
Was it like, I want to say the buildings above it? It was just kind of like a low-key, kind of hole-in-the-wall place, and they had like, was there commercial or residential above it, or is it?
Yeah, I can't remember if we went downtown. That might have been the Copper Penny, because that's another good one.
That's one we definitely went to. That name is definitely familiar.
Yeah.
But, yeah, well, that's good, though. Everything worked out okay.
Yeah, we walked in. They're like, oh, you could just grab a booth, and there was about 6 or 7 booths open, a couple tables, so we grabbed a table. There was people in there, but it wasn't. There was no waiting.
Maybe everybody else thought the same thing. It's like, it's gonna be fucking nuts for Mother's Day. Can we just make you something at home where?
Yeah, maybe.
That's why when you said you were going out, I'm like, you're a bold man.
Crazy motherfucker.
This is a man who loves his mother.
Yeah. No, it was cool. We walked right in there, and Shelly did the same thing with her mom on the other side of town. Same deal. Walked into the works, got a burger, walked right into a empty spot.
Not bad, not bad.
I keep it low here. Give Mr. Godfrey some room up top. Curious when Jeff's gonna go.
Oh.
He was going early last time. See, this track is just a gimme on a full tire stop. A full service stop every time has to be. Maybe not so much the last pit stop. Might be a...
So you got a lot of aggressive cornering though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not wide open like Talladega, so you do have to use the steering wheel a lot more.
I say, I don't think you're going pretty wide for much more than the straightaway.
Roger that.
If you even didn't do that, like 2 wide best.
Leaders pitting.
Oh, they spun out.
Oh no, back in the pit there.
Jeff would be good to get service though, because Jeff is already...
I'll take that one. I was swerving to dodge our gooder. He swung out a little.
Are you still getting points for leading a lap even under yellow like this?
Yep. Yeah, it counts.
Nice.
I gotta wait
Are
for
you
the
going
pace
in for some
car though,
fuel
but I
too?
wasn't gonna slam the brakes on right back there. This is where you cut the pace car off and shit your pants. That blue car's not stopping, bro. He's not stopping.
What's going on? Oh my god, he's inside me. What?
He's inside me.
This-
I said pardon.
Did you like
shut up,
score?
dumbass? Yeah. Did you like score? Yeah, totally.
Oh man, check out the new Beavis and Butthead if you get a chance. It's so good. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe is my favorite movie of last year. Favorite comedy.
No shit, eh?
It was just so fucking well done. Mike Judge is on top of his game. Like
I think
doesn't
he always
miss.
has been, yeah. I haven't seen
I mean,
Extract.
maybe he misses, but I haven't seen it.
Have you seen Extract?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It was odd. It wasn't my. I laughed at it throughout, but it wasn't like it was. It's.
Let's see if I can beat Greg off
kind of
here.
an awkward
Hopefully
comedy.
I can beat Greg off the pits here.
I
Maybe
found
not,
it to
though.
really like some parts were just almost cringy. Like, oh my god, like, could you imagine? But I've only watched it once too, so I may have to. Oh, did he get
Did
you?
he get me?
I think he might have just got you.
Oh, he did get me. Damn it. He got me. Race off
I
pit
don't know if
road
he's
there and Greg got me.
155.
45 actually.
45? Yeah.
Yeah,
it might be
45 's-
close to like 85, 90. It looked like he came out of there pretty hot out the gate, but he didn't have very far to go to the line too, so he probably why he just stepped on it and lurched right out of the spot.
See, he's got that front row because he's... It's tough to... I'm a little bit ginger going into my... I gingerly enter my pit stall, you know, and he's a little bit more aggressive, so that quarter second, he beat me out of the pits. I guess we can say he beat me off. He beat me off the pit road.
He beat you off
I said pardon?
the line.
Yeah, exactly. He beat me off pit road.
I don't care where it was. Just the fact that you told me that is more than enough. Thanks.
You didn't just call me.
Pit road? I don't remember asking for the details. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Freddie got fingered.
Taking a full service on second time by.
Come on by there, man. You'll already buy a Berry.
But yeah, no, it's definitely worth a watch. And the new seasons are too. They have the old Beavis and Butthead.
I saw a clip for that. And I'm like, oh, they did another season.
Yeah, they have 2 new ones out now. They have
Yeah,
one
'cause
from
I-
last year with about 8 or 10 episodes, and
Right.
they're about
It's
8
cool
or
watching it in
nine
high
episodes into
definition.
This. It's weird because they were showing the kids this, and like I don't remember half the stuff from like I'll rewatch it with them because they were I showed the new ones, so I'm like, well, you probably get a kick out of the old ones.
Oh, yeah.
Last night we watched Beavis and Butthead Do America, the movie
Nice.
from '96.
Yeah.
Which was It was weird for two reasons. So it was widescreen, but like very much standard def widescreen, because it was obviously released for a theater, but it was just like the colors were kind of drab compared to like the new ones.
Simpsons was crazy. The Simpsons movie was psychotic. I'm like, what is this Blu-ray shit?
Right, like it was all this super high def, but it was cool, and it still looked good. But you could tell, like, even just the animation, the improvements they've made in that compared to like it's jarring. Like, go back to watch old Simpsons, and then after like a couple seasons, it changed. It got more better, and then a few more seasons, it got even more dialed into what they basically.
I mean, now it's 4K.
Oh yeah, exactly. You can count all 3 of the hairs on Homer's head. And I haven't
like
watched
you never could
in a
before.
while, but
no, me neither. But I remember seeing the Simpsons movie and how crazy clear it was.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the colors just pop so much more too when they the high def color palette or whatever. It's just you get a few more colors on the screen. Oh yeah, I got a chance. Check it out. If you like the old stuff, you didn't like the old stuff, and you're probably not gonna like this either. But instead of them just like sitting there rocking out to music videos, they're just mocking like sometimes they do the music videos.
The music videos are great though, because I remember like Crowbar was on there, Typo Negative was on there, like Pantera. Like they had some of the really heavy shit, man. I always remember the. I always remember
they were just ripping more on these new bands.
Yeah, I remember the 9 Inch Nails one, where they're like, "Hey, that dude shines his pants," and yeah, he does. Do you shine your pants? Yeah, I do shine my pants. You said douche. What? No, I didn't. Wait, I do shine my pants. Like that kind of shit. Yeah, right. It's just so funny because Trent Reznor's wearing leather pants, and it's like, it's just those immature dick jokes, and he just made a career out of it.
Yeah, no, it's very much the same. Yeah, now we're just mocking, like, because MTV is all like more reality TV and stuff like that, so they'll just sit there and just like absolutely rip on some like nasally, like stuck up rich broad, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe you said that, and then they'll just like rip on that, and then they'll just keep talking like, yeah, can you? I can't do it, but it's like they're doing Beavis and Butthead doing these stupid voices of the characters that
nasal
they're watching,
voices, yeah. Like Real Housewives of New York and all shit like that.
Exactly, just some real like high pitched, annoying shit, and yeah, it was pretty good. So yeah, put it on if you get a chance. Get you some pirate TV and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, 7-Eleven never got his flag cleared before that question came out.
And the next time you're shopping at one of Galen Weston stores, steal a brick of cheese, because fuck that guy. Rich ass grocery motherfucker.
Might be on the
Eat the rich.
Just in case.
Yeah, I think you self-spawn, bud.
Another wipeout? What happened here?
Yeah, it sounds like a self-spin. They're talking on the radio there.
Where are we at now? We're in the final quarter almost of the race.
Yeah, if I run it empty, we're suggesting 1 can if I can get to the end of this tank.
114 and 68 are lucky dogs again.
1 can, and then...
Which might be a 2-tire stop. Oh, Greg's pitting. I'm going to follow him.
We got it.
Hey, man, Greg wants to pit. I'll follow him.
Yeah, maybe he knows something you don't.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I'm thinking. Somebody's probably got some really good ideas.
I'm going to crank it to 2 cans. It's not going to be 2 cans because I'm not that empty, but...
You a little thirsty, buddy? Can't help you with the straw, but I know you can.
There's not enough laps on those tires. Like 2 laps on those tires.
Oh yeah, to get no sense in doing that, right? You just pet it. We jumped straight into summer. Yesterday was like 32 degrees out here, man. It went from like 10 degrees, 8 degrees, rainy, shitty, and then to like overnight summertime. Somebody hit the summer switch.
Wow.
And just cooking. No spring anymore, huh? I used to remember spring when it was like kind of warm, sunny days. It was like a nice 15, 20. Yeah, we had like a day of that, and then it was like, oh, Someone opened the oven. Straight to the fiery pits of hell.
Someone left the fridge open.
What was that?
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder, the fake trailer. Yeah.
Tug Speedman. Who left the fridge open?
Do you remember that? I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, what was it? It was Tug Speedman, but then the name of the character in the movie was something else, like,
Yeah,
Rick Apocalypse or something. He had like an action star name. It's like, watch Rick Smithers in another movie. I think they even had that voice guy in there.
Dead last time.
Yeah.
I think so. They probably did. And then
in a world.
But they had Robert Downey Jr. as that.
The Australian guy who played the black dude. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Fred, he had a different movie in there where he played like the gay preacher or something. Where he
was as his Australian character.
Yeah.
And then he got the pigment change and became a black dude. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
I know who I am.
Yes, I did.
Fuck. Yeah, that's so good. I showed that. That's the fun part when the kids getting older, showing them the movies that we used to watch, or like used to still watch, but like, oh, this is so much better now that you understand half the jokes in here. I don't think it's never been like. I find the humor too objectionable. I mean, if it's funny, it's funny, and
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's a fucking hilarious movie.
The kids know, like, look, I mean, you can't say fuck at school.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants.
Right? You can't, like, there's no bad words. Like, here's words that you don't say around grandma and papa, and here's words you don't say around your teacher. Otherwise, here's some funny shit. Now, but when they're younger, at the same time, they maybe didn't understand the entirety of, like, a lot of the double entendres or the meanings of jokes. So I'm like, now that you guys are older, and I'm pretty sure you're well aware of a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Check out this one, because it's the funniest thing you've never seen yet.
And it's funny, like, the Tom Cruise character is so funny. And I watched him, like, talk about how he wanted big hands. And he's like, they're like, what? And then that's when you can see him in the movie. He just looks like he's wearing gloves,
Yeah. Big hands. Yeah, right? Like,
part of these, I want really big hands. I'm like, why? It's like, I think it would be funny, and it was hilarious because his hands are just a little bit bigger than they should be, and it's so funny when he does that dance. I'm like, holy shit, that's Tom Cruise. It took me a while to figure it out. I'm like, why does he seem so familiar?
Yeah, who is this balding, long-haired, creepy fuck that got
like, Angry Dragon, fuckface. When he starts yelling at those Korean dudes or whatever. Oh man, take a big step back.
And literally fuck your own face.
Yeah, I will rain down napalm up your fucking ass, motherfucker. Like, he's just losing his mind on them. I'm like, this.
Oh man,
I will end you. Click. I took care of it.
Right.
Stole the guy's phone and did that. Let's count me as a splash of gas.
20 ones to go.
We've had some
20 remaining.
It sure was good to start with. And we can finish it good. That's right.
Do you go under the yellow, or do you wait for us to play?
Wait for a yellow. I mean, unless I gotta go, it's gonna be a splash, right? It'll be a no. It'll be a no power, no tires for sure.
At this point now, I wonder. See, this is where it gets interesting to me. We got to look at you've got just a little bit less fuel remaining than you have projected laps to go, because your fuel remaining drops about 10 seconds before the other ones drop down. Do you bank on and you hope and pray for someone to spin out coming up here and get a yellow for you to go in under, or do you try and hold that for that? I don't know. You just coast.
I'm just gonna
fuel in the last corner and
maybe I make it, maybe I don't, kind of thing. Oh, yellow.
Gamble. Okay, so in that case,
that might help.
Right? To get a half, or just literally a splash.
I got the clutch in now. I should be all right.
55. That's all 55.
Oh, so you're gonna stay out and go for it?
I'm not going in.
You're using Ken Roberts' number. That's what.
Because yellow flag laps are slower than green flag laps, so it's projecting fuel on a green flag lap,
so
right?
Yeah.
Oh So you guys got it out for the 55. Doesn't matter who's driving it. Okay.
So it's projecting a splash if we run green to the end of the race. So it'll probably be all right. I'm going to be clutching though, basically shutting the car off.
I was saying, can you actually shut it off?
No. You push the clutch and you can see my RPM drop to nothing right there.
No, I just meant, like, I didn't know if you could actually, like, you could effectively shut the car off. Like, if that would be...
You can in iRacing. You actually can set it up so you physically have control of your ignition.
No kidding. What about if you were to... Okay, so what about in NASCAR? Is that a strategy allowed? Or
Yeah,
you have to
I've
keep
seen
running,
it.
like, for...
No, I've seen guys shut the car off, yeah.
Like, just full on kill the motor while they're
rolling down pit road or something.
Or
yeah.
Oh, okay. Or just wherever it needs to be. Huh.
Yeah, because
trying to save it.
Even clutching is like, it works, but shutting it off is a thing too. I've seen it. I don't really know why, because I figured you'd burn more fuel firing it back up again, right?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, maybe a tiny bit, but it doesn't take very much fuel to spark it. You're going to take more energy from the battery to crank than it would need more fuel, because whether it's... I mean, you may have to... I don't know. I don't know if it would be a significant... If the difference between starting would be significant or not. Because you're still going to have the... On the initial... When this fills the cylinder for it to spark, it's going to be the same amount of fuel that it would be getting at any point, because it's the same amount that it needs to run. You're not going to dump, like, a quarter of a liter fuel on... I mean, you'll hear the fuel pump it up to the front of the car, but you're still going to have only so much is going through the fuel rail itself, right? Or I don't know what the NASCARs are doing, if they're probably not actually after.
That's what I should have put the extra long fuel lines in it.
Oh, that's for sure. And then kill switch too, like space bar or something.
Yeah, space bar is a kill switch. So now it's down to none.
Oh, okay. Maybe where the horn is, you could just like have one of those little Fisher Price steering wheels. You got little fake plastic keys at the bottom, like the kids do. Turn it off.
Have chickens with them.
Okay, but yeah, so now you've got it down to, you got more fuel than you have laps to go, so you got that dialed in.
Yeah, I'm definitely close. I should be all right, because we still have lucky dogs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the locals call them...
No, how would the lucky dogs wouldn't affect that, would it? In terms of, or are they going to bring them up to the front of the pack?
They should be going around, yeah. But they'll wait till the lights go out.
Yeah. All these tracks I tested before I picked the tracks, man, I set up for 3 or 4 hours putting this season together and testing setups out and stuff, making sure that I'd have stuff to use for each race we have.
You're a good man, Keith.
Let's talk about a new scary movie. I'm assuming it was horror, because somebody was talking about it in a horror thread, but it was called The Menu. Have you seen it?
Which one's this?
It's a movie called The Menu.
Is that like Ray Fiennes?
Something like that, maybe?
Yeah, I saw something about that. Is it any good? Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet, but I heard somebody at work was discussing it. They said something like that. They said it was supposed to be pretty good. And I don't know, was that supposed to be like a horror movie? A horror movie. The Menu. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to check it out and see. They were saying good things about it, but
you should check out another one called The Platform.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely fantastic. The Menu reminded me of it because it's about food. The Platform is based on food as well. It's like a prison.
Oh, okay.
But then there's this platform that rises up the levels and to give people their meals and stuff. Oh my god, dude. It's so fucking good. The ending is so good.
Oh,
the whole movie is just amazing. Sure. It's really weird. I don't know what country it's from. It is in English. But it's just one of those weird, like, off the beaten path kind of really weird horror movie. It's a horror movie. Rated R thing, but it's really, really good. The Platform.
Cool.
Hey, come on now. Don't make fun of the fat guy.
One second, but I'm just gonna go grab a bite to eat. I got the dinner bell going here, so I'll be right back.
Got
All right, I gotta concentrate on this too. Yeah, get this.
Second gear.
My mom calls me the little bull.
DV man's in front.
To the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let me go get him.
Go high around me, 48, once the green comes out.
Be ready.
Excellent.
Green, green, green.
Flag flag number 4.
Thank you.
That was scary.
Well, I see you're back to the green and came out of the gates hot there. Holy smokes.
I messed up a little bit on my shift up pattern there, but yellows it again.
Oh, no shit again? God damn it.
Negative. Yeah, I didn't get the flag. I was watching the print at the bottom of the screen. It's like, stay behind the pace car. It'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But it did not, so.
Get around you on the straightaway, and I was like, oh, shit.
Is a race back scenario here?
Turn that low.
It is.
I had you. I was giving you plenty of room up. I was up top.
Yeah,
Well.
appreciate that.
You're in a good spot to be
Slowing
in.
out of 2.
Great job. Get yourself a little drinking Gatorade there, bud.
Larry, if you can go past the pace car, you can drive on around if you can get up there. Because you was on this side of the start-finish line, wouldn't you?
I just get down here because some guys make mistakes.
Go try it.
Oh, I'm on the lead lap.
No, right? You don't want to eat shit on the counter somebody else's
That's what
mistake
I mean,
after,
yeah,
especially
you get
having the race
railroaded.
that you've had so far.
Oh no, it's not race back yet. There's still 13 to go, so.
Oh, okay. I just saw you giving her full gear there to get back, but just to get the pace car, I guess.
Yeah, same deal. If you're in first, just drive. You can drive past the pace car. You just can't be in front of them when you cross the stripe, right?
Gotcha. All good.
No, John.
You go green, we will be 10 or under growth. Race back.
Man, I can't.
Yeah,
even
race
see.
back 10 under when we go green, so.
Yeah, one of those wrecks earlier, I ended up on my roof and being towed. My motor was shut off and everything. So I'm just trying to get to the end of the race. So I'll give everyone plenty of room. I'll stay high. If you're faster than me, go ahead and go on by. This is
Yeah, the 55's had a rough race. He didn't know the 55 had a bounty out on him.
Hey, oh, nice. Yeah, get on the nice.
I want to say
Yeah, man.
pace speed is 60, but it looks like 55.
Pirouettes in the grass, mowed the grass like 2 times there, spun around like.
Maybe
like
shorter track, different speeds.
I just passed Jeff a Mountain Dew out the passenger window. That's why he pulled up close to me like that.
Grass, it ain't easy to get out of it.
Trying to steal your muffins again.
Mowed the grass 2 times there. They
I got some muffins for you, Jeff. If you got a Mountain Dew, I'll trade you.
When you're pointed in the wrong direction, there's a chance of getting disqualified.
Here's the exchange, right there.
Oh, I like it.
Roger that, man. Yeah.
Now I got my Mountain Dew and he's got a muffin.
That's why it took me so long.
Well, I had a first tonight. When that fella's engine blew up, I was running in the back. I got so much.
Yeah, this is an original
I
track
could not see
that launched with the game, so
I have never had that happen before.
it's a good one.
Now, did they have all the people in the stands back in the game time too? Or like, 'cause remember back then, you had to like turn off a lot of stuff sometimes just to get these games to run.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it on the fly too, right?
Oh, okay.
There's
Boy, I guess
updated
you
versions
know.
of this that are far more detailed, but this looks great.
But at the time when your computer was out, would
Um,
it play everything running? Could you? I
yeah,
remember playing hockey back in the day on an old computer, NHL 96 or 7, or I don't know whatever it was, but I remember having to turn off like the rink, the arena, like everything but the boards and the players. And the ice.
yeah, yeah.
Everything. They were playing
Turn off
hockey
the
in a void,
lines.
right? Reflections get real.
It's like
player
we're playing
faces
it in a garage.
like a nightmare mannequin
And all them
for a
old people with
face.
their campers, and they got them plastic lights with all the different colors hanging out there on, you know, on their canopies and stuff at their campsites.
Right, like patio lanterns. These are actually oars, I think, like paddles.
You know, Blaine is just going for a rip today. Going for a rip.
Lap judo, guys.
Just out for a rip, bud.
Out for a rip. Hey.
They're just talking about my paint job. Your rear bumper reminds me of patio lanterns,
No lucky dog.
Oh, okay, yeah.
but it's paddles
I was
because
gonna
it's
say, like,
sponsored by Riverhead.
the alcoholic in me sees like beer bottles and stuff
Green flag race.
on the back bumper view there. I'm like, oh, look at a beer bottle,
Greg's
a bottle of
gonna
wine.
try Earnhardt move from 17th to 1st in
I got the FSB official pace car somehow. I don't know how that happened. It's funny. I just get so many random files installed.
I looked at that wreck.
Oh, is it a different one? Yeah.
Good luck, guys. I was just kidding, man. Having fun.
Yeah, so the single file restarts.
Single file.
Oh, I say sorry if it was mine, but the other guy didn't. But that's fine.
Hey, Eli.
I'm gonna make a replay. You're going in the back, man.
So I was 4th coming into this in standings. I think it was 4th or 5th. I might have been 4th, actually. So if I can win this thing,
Here's
or
hoping,
like a
man.
top
Been a good race
5. I
tonight.
mean, if I get a top 5, that's awesome, especially with the guys that are in this race. Yeah, I got Greg Lovell in here. I mean, all these guys. Mangialardi, Greg, Larry, Chris, Keith. Then you've got Furco and Eli from the BSR League. Billy Elliser,
Yep.
he's out. He races like every day.
Ulysses, he's on there too.
Yep.
Starting a second
And
gear.
Alex Mole, Puck.
Hope my bumper over.
Yep. Mo's there too. Pack.
Ah, I want to say Puck.
Pretty been up.
Yes, it is.
Be careful. A lot of
I
guys
got that
on
one
old
mixed up.
tires.
I'm still learning, but I'm getting there. Starting to recognize names and cars.
You got to recognize.
We've got a few numbers under the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to recognize, but my brain's kind of reluctant to getting any more wrinkles in it. Starting to smooth out up there.
Oh, Jeff got outside me. Man,
You'll
this
have to
first
get up
turn, I
earlier
don't
than
like it.
that.
Oh, Jeff's lost it.
No.
He'll save it. He knows
But
what
you
he's
slowed
doing.
down the rest of the pack there, which works out for you.
He would have checked up everybody, yeah.
So that was just a real bonus for you, assuming everybody else can keep their nose clean.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, yeah, he caught up pretty quick too. He knows what's up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I screwed up that entry. He's going to get me.
Oh man. This is some kind of racing. Oh, we got someone trying to go low underneath.
Yeah, Ulysses is inside me there, yeah.
He'll be out there eating fresh in that subway car.
Whoa. Whoa, I got really loose right there.
When you have a sec, you want to switch over to the last lap, this is where we're at.
We need a big break.
I might be at 5 to go. Maybe not.
Check out backstretch.
Chain 4 backstretch. Check up. Chain 4.
Intense racing there, wasn't it?
Damn. Lost those 2 spots.
Yeah, he's quick.
Yeah, Ulysses had that thing hooked up, man. Like I couldn't keep that guy away from it. Just let him go.
Yeah. No, he got on it.
What I do.
I made a couple mistakes too. That's the thing, eh?
You know a lot more than what you let known about.
Yeah, well, sometimes you come in a bit hot or gets away from you, right?
Mm-hmm. We gotta get that blue car. Where is he coming? Come on.
That's what blows my
You know a whole lot more. You know a whole lot more than what you let on. But good race to you. You did good.
Hey, Elijah, you not see me coming up against the wall quick?
So this is gonna let the any lucky dogs still? No, see everybody's back on the lead lap, so this will go green again before this is over.
I'm sure Eli has a mic.
All right. You still looking good for fuel?
Oh yeah, I'm fine now. Yep.
I talked to him earlier, or so
It was splashing, but then we've had 2 yellows since then, so it's fine now.
Running a little
I was
cooler.
clutching that first one, but then the second one, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
So what's the strategy now? How you getting to the
Win.
front?
The strategy's win. I just gotta
He's
hope
like
those guys
super
make a
aggressive,
mistake,
get that
and I can't make a
Get that
mistake.
draft
Yeah.
and
The draft does help.
enough to like slingshot by him. Like you can come out, come at him hot.
The draft does work really good here. You can get them like here, you know, you get a lot of draft coming down the back straightaway here. Yeah, man, that's a lot of fun. Jeff just chatting with me.
Mm-hmm.
I made a couple of mistakes.
Hell of a race so far.
Yeah. This should be interesting, man. That 96 is flying, so. I'm wondering about like a couple mistakes by me, put me in 3rd, but it could be good, like you said. This is the spot to be if you want to kind of plan an attack. But it's also an easy track to block on too, right? Because there's not a whole lot of space to pass and into the turns. We might actually get a one lap shoot. Might be a green white checker. That'd be cool.
Can't believe I'm bringing this thing home this good.
Or if it's a
We
one lap
will
shoot.
indeed find out.
If
Get
it's
off
a
the
one
way,
lap
place
shoot,
car.
that is a motherfucker, because then you get no heat in your tires. Right? If they're under 100 degrees right now.
Can you not? Does it not work if you're just driving that thing all over the track, left and right, like a
Not really.
madman?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
But if you're going hard on it, like you're just like, I guess you run the risk of spinning out.
You do, yeah. Or, you know, and your inconsistent speed too, right?
Well, if you do like a brake stand right now, if you just put it halfway on the brakes, then you
Could
just
do
punch that
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Would that smoke them out? Ooh,
It would, yeah.
A two-pronged tactic.
Yeah. And nobody's going to pass me because there's no lucky dogs, so you can do this too. You don't want to sideswipe anybody, right? It doesn't
No, that's
really do
true.
much. It just looks cool.
Oh, okay, no, that's fair. I didn't know if that was. I'm basing what I know off of a little bit of racing I've seen on TV.
Outside 96 and wreck yourself out. Yeah, I gotta say, stay behind the 56.
Nah, pass them.
You're off the record. Me and Blano finished tied for first.
I can handle that.
I know he's quick on the start. A couple laps is fast, so I don't know how much he's got.
Shut them lights off. There we go. Green, white, checkered.
Okay, guys.
Oh no, it is going to be a one lap shootout. We got 2 left.
Are you clutching it now, you, or are you still
A little bit of heat to the tires, then give you a chance.
I'm not even using these displays, so they shut them off. I don't need
Yeah.
that for 1 lap.
No, well, I don't know what you're saying. I just had to press a button to change gear.
Yeah, he's manual shifting it. If he wasn't, you could tell. Everybody be running him over. Yeah, auto clutch, but manual shift. So that's the thing. Ulysses in front of me, he actually uses a keyboard to drive.
Oh, no way.
Yep.
This man is
There's a lot of cool controller options in the sub-menus of the game that allow you to really finesse the keyboard setups. Seth Cole uses a keyboard as well. So
I guess, but that's all.
The smoothness of how the wheel takes your inputs and stuff.
Like how he's playing it on the expert mode, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
Like from obviously a steering wheel, best and greatest. Control, like a gamepad, I would arguably say that would be the next best, and then keyboard, assuming that my thumbs fell off and I had to only use my fingers.
He's got him. He's got inside Jeff.
He's the guy.
I can hear him. He's having a heart attack right now. I can hear him. It's going to be awesome.
Save the friendship for outside the track. Beat his ass. I'm rooting for Mama. Oh, no, he's got it.
Blocking Jeff. Ulysses got it, buddy.
Oh, man.
Nice win, buddy.
Oh, damn.
Awesome. Holy moly. I'm going to scratch that car up, bud. There it is. Oh, they rolled him.
Oops.
He's having a moment right now. That's amazing, dude.
Good race, everybody.
This is awesome. That's so cool for him. Awesome win, Ulysses.
Good racing, guys.
He's hyper. He's almost hyper. Yeah, he's almost hyperventilating right now. He's so excited. It's awesome.
Can you keep the 7-Up just to save it?
We're gonna put your picture on the website. I got a website and look. Tonight you'll make sure we up there. A couple pictures of you actually for that Monday night series.
Congratulations from all of us at Tarnation TV, which is just the two of us. We had to fire our sound guy from last weekend.
Horsepower in that corner.
They can't be trusted.
I think it was because I have freshest tires. Because do you remember last restart?
Might help if we start paying them something too.
Yeah.
I have it saved.
Maybe we get some talent. Who we try paying him? No.
Jeff's trying to calm him down. Make sure you save that replay, man. Make sure you save that replay. Don't forget to save the replay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll go save the replay.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
That first green flag run was really cool.
Oh yeah, that
was a pretty exciting finish.
That was a good
I don't know how
run.
he got around him like that. He got that draft and then found that lane and he was gone.
Yeah, he got
him.
That was it. He got underneath Jeff.
He found that extra gear.
Yeah, it's funny because that first turn is a big one, because if you get underneath the guy and you force, and if you got a good line on that, like that bottom line, like you're going for it, and that's what happened. He got underneath Jeff. Jeff's not going to be able to hold him off. So the guy on the lower line's going to have the run coming out of the turn. And then I'm right on Jeff, so he's also watching me. So it's like, you just have to let him go. Like, I mean, that's what happened to me, right? A few laps prior, because I was in the lead, and I just, I concentrating on trying to hold that line, slipped just a little bit, and then both of those guys took it away from me, right? So that's great. That's awesome for Ulysses. Let's see if I can pull up the Talladega Nights website, and I can actually put that on the broadcast here. So let me see. Go back to the main screen. The ticker's, of course, going to still be running. Get rid of the review mirror. What is that? Oh, that's my settings for my browser. That must have been a hotkey or something. Where are we? Aero88 series. Yeah, so I went into that race in fourth, and I got third, so that's awesome for me. And Ulysses Sandoval. Oh, this was his first race?
First what? First race in the Aero88?
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see his name in the arrows.
At the bottom, 26.
Well, there he is. Okay, so he was here last week. So he's only raced the 2 races. And last week with 155 points, he would have been probably around 8th or 9th with points like that. So he's a couple of good finishes.
Yeah.
I missed the first race, but they gave me 134 provisional points because that was the first race, and anybody who didn't make it but showed up to the next one. That's what I did. I showed up for race 2, and he's like, anybody who missed last week but is here now will get provisional points for the previous week. So that was cool of Keith to do that. So, and then made every race since, with last week being my lowest finish. But I mean, I think, did I wreck out on that? Daytona, yeah, I think we did. Remember? I wrecked hard. You were watching that with me, weren't you? Yeah, I think the car was upside down pretty early in the race, like lap 8. I think I grenaded the thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's cool. So next week, let's check the schedule while we're here. So
Might
we
as
just
well take a peek.
Race at Lowe's. So yeah, we got the big 2.5 mile Pocono flat track in it. That'll be cool. I mean, Pocono isn't a big fan favorite, but it is an extremely unique track. So it's got to be on the schedule because it is so
nice,
different. It's a 3-turn, massive, long. Majority of it's flat. I believe I heard a story of how they designed the turns at Pocono. Like one of the turns is like a Martinsville turn where it's totally flat, and then one of them is like a Dover turn where it's a very, very high bank. Like I think they took characteristics of different tracks. To make the 3 turns completely unique. And I showed you the front stretch. It's legitimately like 20 lanes wide of just asphalt and concrete.
Wide there, right?
Yeah, it's madness, man. And because you're coming at a turn 3 pretty much flat, like it's not a crazy bank turn 3. I think turn 1, I think, is the steepest bank. Turn 2 is pretty flat. Turn 3 is kind of between. But when you come out of turn 3, it's very easy to get to the pits because there is so much space to drive. So it's easy getting to the pits at Pocono. And then even there's no real walls either. It's just a lot of paint on the ground. So you're not going to drive into a wall or whatever. But that'll be a fun race too. Very fast and also very slow track too. So it's cool. If I recall right, Pocono, when I'm coming at a turn 2 to turn 3, I only get it up to 3rd gear, depending on the setup they use. So you're like 4th gear, coming out of turn 2, I'll gear up to, you gear down going into turn 2. Coming out of turn 2, gear back up to 3rd. I usually leave it in 3rd when I hit the final turn and kind of maybe grab a gear up halfway through it and launch off of it kind of thing. It's weird. I can't remember. It depends on the setup. It's a very, like I said, it's a very unique track. So it definitely lends itself to, some weird shifting patterns if guys want to downshift or whatever, but it also depends because it's a fixed setup. If Keith fixes the setup in a way where you don't have to shift, that could be cool too, depending how tall he makes the gears. So be interested to see. And of course, Edgewater.
Yeah, no doubt.
The week after that, Edgewater's cool. That's a fictional track.
That's right. That one wasn't ever.
That's not real.
Is that original in the game? But it wasn't a real track, right? That's
what that was actually a user created, completely fictional. Didn't launch with the game. Yeah. So the ones that launched with the game: Indianapolis, Bristol Night, Texas, Watkins Glen, Michigan, Daytona RTG. So he used a custom Daytona. Lowe's Night was original. Pocono was original. Edgewater is completely fresh, created by the community. Homestead is original, but this is a different version. So this is a user-created one as well. Homestead is in the game. They're just using a different version of it, a better version. 2013 SDT Night. I can't remember who SDT is. That would be the group's name that made it. Like Speedway, like Super Dynamic Tracks or something. Like it would have an acronym. Like APT is Action Pack Tracks. PST is Project Short Track. They make a bunch of short tracks, so everybody always has their name in it. But that should be fun. Yeah, it's a fun league to race in. And congratulations to Ulysses Sandoval for winning that thing, tucking that thing, basically bullying Jeff out of the way. So
with the keyboard, nonetheless, with the friggin' keyboard.
I don't know, man. I started playing this game, I think, with a keyboard, but it didn't last long. I got a wheel pretty quick. But it is neat. Saying,
like, it seems to me that's like in no way, shape, or form. I think for anything that was harder. I mean, maybe not. Maybe there's some real dialed-in way you can do it, but it seems counter to any. I would sooner play, like I say, with a Xbox controller than a keyboard. Or obviously the wheel is the way to go. But anyways, he's got it dialed in. So what can you say?
Well, that's the thing. And then with the sliders in the game, in the controller settings, you've got like this sub menu of like steering and linearity. So I'm using a wheel, so my linearity is like 100. I want every move I make to translate real time to the car. Where he's driving on a keyboard, so his linearity is probably down at like 10%. So when he pushes a key on his keyboard, the steering wheel doesn't go 100% left instantaneously. Like you'll wipe out. So if he has it down to 10, he pushes a button, the steering wheel will gently turn. Right? And I think you can double tap and it'll gently turn a little bit quicker. So there's ways to dial in keyboard, like button input stuff. And the same with the joysticks. You'd have to do that as well. You only want to run 100% steering linearity if you're actually using a steering wheel. And then there's like dampening, latency, linearity. And the game has a great help system. You just right click on something, it'll tell you what it does and tell you what you should do in certain situations. If you are using a steering wheel, this should be, or this will do this, and you should be around here. Like, it's all a matter of feel. But it's amazing because you can, it doesn't matter what you're using, you can play the game. Keyboard, joystick, gamepad, wheel. One guy was saying he has he knows a guy who's like only has like he has like no arms, so he has like a paintbrush in his mouth and uses the keyboard to drive. But uses his feet for the pedals. So he uses the keyboard to steer, but he still has feet, so he can still drive with his feet with his pedals. I'm like, fuck, man, that's crazy. It's so cool.
What's really cool, and I don't know how much, if they've been keeping up with it in the last few years, and if you noticed about it or not, but Microsoft made a whole suite of products designed for people with disabilities or differently abled people, like including giant D-pad, for example, or giant joystick.
Oh, really?
Big buttons, like almost like a electronic drum snare kit for like a and B button, like a 3-4 inch wide pad for A, B, whatever, and you can stack, and it comes like there's one big main kind of brain that all these things plug into, and you can plug, I don't know, they showed some elaborate setups where they had like 20 plus devices plugged into it, so you could have a fully functioning controller, but maybe you're limited in your movements, and so you had to have bigger buttons or whatever it was. But there was a whole suite of products that they put out to be for more like accessible stuff, and I think they were working them into like PCs and stuff like that too. So I thought that was
because cool. Like if you lost your hand, or you had maybe an accident, or just had a deformed hand and couldn't hold a controller and use your thumbs, having great big 3-inch pads for buttons, you could just smack it with your hand, like punch it. That's cool.
Yeah, you may have seen them on YouTube before too, and I don't know obviously any of the people's names, but people either born with disabilities or have lost a hand, or just maybe never had them to begin with, or only one. I watched a guy play in Call of Duty with the proficiency of a 13-year-old sniper kid who just
destroys everybody. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and he's got one hand, and he's playing with his chin, and he's got it kind of held up against there, like against the crook of his neck, and he's using one hand and either chin or parts of his body. I don't know to what extent. Different things like that. It's just amazing. Like
life finds a way.
The resilience, right? Exactly. Yeah. Well, no doubt.
I think I would.
No,
like if
I going to stop get between me and my Call of Duty.
No, exactly. Like if I fucked up my hand or something, like I'd find a way to I mean, I could still play this game because it's a steering wheel based thing.
I did when I had my carpal tunnel surgery done.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh man, I'm just sitting there crazy. My right hand was a lot harder but I kind of did the same thing. I just kind of like brought like the controller to my chin, kind of like either rest it under like my arm and kind of move my arm a bit.
Nice.
Like it was hokey, or I was trying to like get like, yeah, right, make as best I could, but.
Well, that's like Mike last weekend. He fucking ruptured his Achilles tendon, you know. So in his right foot, and I'm like, dude, you can't even go. You can't even go for a drive. You know, you can't work, obviously. Yeah, but at least if it was your left foot, you could. No, you could get in the car and go for a rip, but you can't because you got a cast on his right foot for the next 3 months. 12 fucking weeks.
And then trying to learn how to drive with your left foot is like probably a liability in itself.
He's got a Tesla, so the car might sort of halfway drive itself.
Maybe he can switch the pedals in the Tesla. Maybe he can do gas.
You know what? That'd be crazy.
Remapping the buttons.
Yeah, remap your controller. That's great. I never thought of that. I should text him that. I'm like, man, have you tried remapping your controller so your clutch pedal is your gas? You know?
Right. Make the volume up on the stereo as accelerate.
If there's buttons on the stereo, make one of them gas and one of them brake.
Yep. Pulling up on the armrest is like applying the brakes. Fuck, you could probably do whatever, right? Like,
well, you know what though? Fuck it. Take your PlayStation 5 controller and just link it to the car.
Right?
How come that doesn't work? Sit in the driver's seat and use the controller to drive it. Come on, Tesla.
You know why that doesn't work is because after I have like a big session of like Horizon 4 or 5, and then I get into my real car so I don't drive like an asshole. Could you imagine I'm going to the grocery store and I'm just doing power slides around the corner?
Yeah.
What the fuck the turbo doesn't work for?
Or like in Mario Kart, you're hitting the shoulder buttons to hop the car and do a power slide.
Right? And you got a drone flying behind your car, so you get that third person perspective, and you can just drive it like a monkey, just like complete chaos.
I thought you were being like the drone would be like Latiku. It's following you in the cloud.
Oh no, I mean, kind of. It gives you that, you put on your VR goggles to get into your car, and then you're driving your car based on what you're seeing from the drone that's flying 10 feet behind your car. You can, of course, adjust the drone camera position.
Let's do it. Come on, Elon Musk. You're listening to this. I know you are.
Right? Nothing better to do.
Who's watching
Running
this?
your diamond mind. And,
2 concurrent viewers. Somebody's watching this. I bet you one of them's Elon Musk.
And yeah, the other one might have been me.
I'm going to type to him. Hey, Elon. Make it happen. Make it.
Invest in this.
Yeah.
Just
call me. Call me.
Yeah. And quit being a dick too. Calm down.
Yeah.
You're already rich. Nobody gives a shit about what you have to say or think. Fucking knob. He's just got to try. I guess they finally kicked him out of Twitter, hey?
Good. Yeah, he won't.
Because he was just being too much of a liability. Could you imagine? Like who gave the toddlers the key to the fucking corporation? Like,
right. The crazies are running the asylum.
You got some money. Right? You got some money. You came from wealth and a diamond mine and whatever else. Doesn't mean that you're not a huge piece of shit. Just fuck off already.
Just mind your own business.
Keep investing in rockets. I love, you know what? Electric vehicles, rockets, I'm all for that. Keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But just keep throwing your money at it and just shut the fuck up and just do it from the sidelines. You're rich as fuck. Like beyond rich. Beyond, like, we could literally be doing whatever you want. And what you want to do is to chirp motherfuckers on Twitter like a fucking edgelord 13-year-old.
Right.
You just fucking you hit the fucking, you have the cheat code to life and you're fucking wasting it. Elon, you fucking dick.
And you're still like, what are you doing? Like, go do some work already. Like,
yeah. Or don't. But just literally
just
go
away.
Fuck some supermodels and be rich and go do amazing things. Build rockets.
But why be
He's under the assumption
yourself
that people give a shit about what he has to
on
say.
social media, though? Why not just be some random name? Like, why not just be Mitchell McGregor? Like, just make a name up.
I think he thinks he's super funny. I think he thinks he's like the fucking the alpha and the omega of comedy because
everybody wants. Basically, he's the ultimate narcissist.
I think so. I think he's so far up his own ass that like he doesn't have. Problem is he doesn't have anybody around him tell him what I'm gonna tell him. Elon, you're not fucking funny. You're not funny at all. And you know why you're not funny? because you're ugly, and you don't have to be funny because you had lots of money. I had to be funny.
Right.
I'm ugly and I'm broke.
We are heinous.
So that's why I had to be funny to get ladies. I had to learn. It was like a coping mechanism. As my shit wasn't my rugged good looks.
No. Nobody needs to see this
problem
shit.
Is he never had to be funny. He never had to be thoughtful. He just had to be rich. And then people were just like, hey.
He was fucking brilliant. Rich. He could do whatever you want.
He's not even all brilliant though. He largely just like threw money at shit.
Yeah.
Come along. He's like, you know what I'd like to make? I'd like to make an electric car that's good. And then you just go, I mean,
and he did it.
Yeah, okay. Right?
Well, he didn't do anything.
Okay,
what did he do? He just hired all the best guys to do it for him. Like Steve Jobs did with the iPhone.
See, or he could have fooled us, and he could have fooled me into thinking about, like, at a certain point in time, like, I would have believed that he was super genius, and he's doing all this stuff. But then I see him on Twitter, and like, acting like a fucking petulant 4-year-old, and just literally throwing, like, the biggest fits of all time, and I'm going, oh yeah, no, he's a fucking idiot. He has nothing to offer the world of any sort. There's no bad genius behind it. He's a guy with a bunch of money.
Did his parents rich? Like Mr. and Mrs.
They literally
Musk?
had like a fucking. They were from South Africa.
Probably South Africa.
They were. I don't know if it was like a diamond mine or like some kind of like precious gemstone. Yeah, like he fucking. It wasn't like some rags to riches thing. Like
How did he go to? Why did he go to Kingston here? Why did he go to school here in Kingston? Because he went to Queen's University.
Yeah, I'm guessing like he went. I don't know.
Why come here then if he's got that much? I mean, Queen's University in Kingston is one of the best schools in the country. Yeah, like, but still, it's weird. Like, why not Harvard or Princeton or something?
I don't know.
You know, or Oxford, like something like that. Like, why? Like, I mean, again, yeah, Queen's University in Kingston is a really like a world-renowned facility, but it just seems odd that he would end up in Kingston, Ontario, at Queen's University, and not like go to fucking Oxford in England. It seems
odd to me that tons of grown-ass people want to bend down and blow him constantly just for every little thing he shits out. I don't understand the appeal. Like I say, cool. He's got some good ideas.
Well, man, I saw him on, wasn't he on Joe Rogan's show there smoking a great big stick that one time? I saw the clips from that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's like got a joint the size of a cigar. I'm like, this dude gets high, shooting shit. Like, again, he can do whatever he wants. Nobody's telling him what he can and can't do, which is kind of cool. He can just go on there with Joe Rogan and light up a big fat one and sit there and smoke some weed with Joe and shoot the shit for 3 hours. It's fucking awesome. But, like, again, you also need to disappear sometimes. He just always seems to be everywhere.
Yeah, it's like you don't have to have a hot take on everything.
Yeah. You know, the Leafs are out of the playoffs. You know what I think? No, we don't, actually. Thanks. Bye.
You sons of bitches.
It's like, who's in the finals now? I'm like, I don't know. Teams that aren't hockey teams. Seattle Kraken, LA Knights, the Dallas Stars, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Florida Panthers. But you know what? Gary Bettman, commissioner of the NHL, he's loving it. Because those are all the markets that you need to push hockey, right? You don't need to push hockey in Edmonton, Calgary, Toronto. They'll sell out on a Tuesday night in the middle of the first month of the season. Like, it doesn't matter. They make shit tons of money in Canada at hockey rinks. But you need asses in the seats in Anaheim. You need asses in the seats in Florida. You know, Seattle has a hockey team now. Holy shit, they're almost in the finals. He's loving it.
You got to have a team for them to watch. Otherwise, it's not going to catch on.
Like, man, our team's really in the finals. Holy shit, they're brand new. And then you're selling tickets. Well, who the fuck's going to, what? Like the Leafs, the Habs, the Bruins, and the Rangers are going to have problems selling out an arena? They could charge $1,000 a ticket and they would still sell out an arena. Those teams have been around 100 years.
From October till June or May.
October till June. The fucking Leafs have been shit in the bed since 1967.
Right. I didn't say what year. I left it open just for all purposes.
They've been shit in the bed for 60 years. And guess what? There's never a game that's not sold out.
When I was at work and I just didn't want to answer, I'm like, hey, I'm off till Monday, but I'll get back to you then. And I never said what Monday.
Nice. That's
off to the end of the month.
Yeah, never said what month.
Nope.
We thought you were coming back. I'm like, no, April, bro.
Yeah. What year?
Oh, gee. Yeah, then you just get into the year discussion. But yeah, I guess we could probably end the broadcast.
Yeah,
now
we're
that
still going.
Not talking about we're not talking about racing anymore. But yeah, it was an awesome race. And again, thanks to Keith Bynum for running the Aero88 series. I like the variety of the tracks and congratulations to Ulysses for winning that one tonight. It was a nail biter right down to the end. And goodbye, my friends in the YouTube chat. Have a good night, Mr. Sandoval. But yeah, man, a lot of good series going on here at Talladega Nights. So if remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy and keep your stick on the ice. What do you got?
Don't forget to go outside and mow your lawn before the rain comes.
Perfect. Is that all you got? You got one more. Go ahead.
Well,
what's your favorite show on Netflix? Go ahead.
Fuck Netflix. Get IPTV. Steal all the shit you can, including groceries. Get some and stick it to the man.